Charisma Quotient. I'm your host, Kim Seltzer, a dating and makeover expert, where I will help you build confidence, make connections, and find love from the outside in. Hello, welcome back to Dating Real Talk. I am super excited to be here. For those of you who don't know me, don't know the show, my name is Kimmy Seltzer. I'm a dating strategist, a confidence therapist, and image expert. And I know that's a mouthful to say. I help people look and feel their best so they attract what they want. And we have been doing this show. Some of you know me from my regular podcast, Charisma Quotient. But now I'm taking it live and maybe taking it to the streets one day. But this is the closest thing to it today. I cannot wait until I introduce what we're going to be doing today. But if you are new to the show, we go live every Thursdays and Tuesdays. Tuesdays, I have something called Real Talk Tuesdays. And that is where you can ask me dating questions and I will give you answers in real time. And if you can't be there live, go to datingrealtalk.com. I would love to answer them, read them out loud, because your question is probably somebody else's. And on Thursday, this is where reality TV meets real dating lessons in life. And I have been having the lovely, the beautiful Allison Melody as my co-host. Hello. She has her own podcast, Food Heals. Always love to plug your show as well. And we're doing something different. As everybody can see, we have a little bit different set today.
Yes, I love our new set. I love our old set, but I also love our new set because our new set allows us to have extra people.
And we have very special extra people today in the house. We have men to help us talk about dating. Woo, woo, woo. Welcome.
Thank you.
In this corner, we have the lovely Doug, whose studio we are doing this from. Bass Productions?
Basshole.
Yeah. That's how can you forget the Basshole? Because I'm so nice. I forget that other part, but I think that's very cute, actually.
What's his last name?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks for having me.
No, I think so. Thanks for being
us.
an octopus today and actually producing this and being a bachelor. You're a bachelor, right?
I'm doing three things at once, I guess, right? Yeah, producing and talking about being a bachelor on your podcast. Yeah.
And we'll try not to get you too drunk so that you can't produce the rest of your shows.
Right,
today.
exactly.
Yeah, I
gotta
know.
be responsible.
Well, I was texting the two of you frantically. I'm like, I don't know if the guys want the pink champagne.
The pink champagne, the pink rosé.
Yeah.
Off camera, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Exactly.
And then in this corner, we have.
You want me to introduce myself, or do you know my name?
Well, I know your name is Mark, but
yes.
go ahead, introduce yourself and your bachelor.
I am Mark Primiano. Yes, I am a bachelor, and thank you for accepting our masculinity in your show tonight.
Not only do I accept it, we love masculinity.
We honor it.
Good.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's so nice to have the male energy.
We are pro men.
Yeah.
Good. It's a good thing.
We are pro women. Both of
Okay,
us.
that works.
I mean, we're pro men as well, but
I'm
not-
pro
not in-
everyone. These days, you got to be pro everyone.
Yeah,
You get canceled.
That's true.
Seriously.
I truly am, just not in that way. Pro men. Sorry.
Well, I thought it would be really cool to have just real bachelors here, because we've been talking each week about the Golden Bachelor, and we've been dissecting each and every episode and how things that we're seeing on TV actually applies to our real life. And we all have a common string here. Like, we all come from divorce. And so it was interesting because I think the theme of this entire episode is all about just love after loss. And loss can look in many different shapes and forms. But what really, I don't know, for me, what was highlighted last night is the guarded heart. And how do we let go of the guarded heart in many different ways? And we saw that with a lot of, the women's issues, but also Mel's. So here's what I thought we could do is, I have opinions. I know you have opinions.
I always have opinions.
Which is why I always have you here. But now we have men's opinions.
Yes, and I want to hear what they have to say.
Because here's the thing, like I coach men and women. And it's funny because men think women are different and women think men are different. And yes, we have different parts and we do have different things going on. However, we all at the end of the day want the same thing. And I think we struggle with the same thing. That's why at my retreats, I like co-ed stuff. I like community-based things because I love debunking myths and also getting each other's perspectives on things. So I want to dive in and hear the man's perspective on things.
Absolutely. So what are we
So-
diving into? So it was episode, I believe, 6 of The Golden Bachelor last night. We are down to 3 women. Now, after this episode, we are down to 2. So let's start with who the women are and what we thought of kind of the journey on this one.
Yeah, definitely. Well, okay. So we have Peg,
Mhm.
we have Debbie, and then we had Cindy.
Mhm.
So let's start with Peg. And I know you've watched one episode, right? Last night?
Yes.
Because you did your homework.
I'm familiar with The Bachelor. As I was saying to you earlier, I think it's the classiest of all the forced marriage proposals shows, which
Right.
as classy as you can get at that situation where you're expected to propose to somebody at the end of a show.
I
That's about as
agree.
classy as it can get.
At
to
the
be
end
a-
of 7 episodes, which
Yeah.
how many months is that? It's not very long.
It's
It's
less
very
than 2.
short. Yeah, it's very short. And this one seems to be condensed. I feel like there's way less episodes
There
of a
are-
reality TV show than there ever
Yes.
has been before. And I think that's because the ratings are not good.
Is this
for
the third one that they're doing?
Golden Bachelor? I
The
think it's
Golden?
second.
No, it's
Second.
it's the third in that we've had 2 Golden Bachelors,
and
and
a
then we had a
Bachelorette.
Bachelorette,
Right, okay.
Jones.
I
I
see.
think
Yes,
the
we
last time I watched, this is to put it in perspective,
Yeah.
the host was a bachelor on one of the seasons. Jesse, the guy
had.
who hosts the show.
Oh my
was a
God,
quarter-
that's been
and I know him from
years ago.
sports, and I was interested in that season because he was a
really?
football player.
Uh-huh.
I only watched the first season, Jerry Bachelor, that one.
Oh, the Jerry Bachelor one.
that
Yeah.
one. And then Joan. I remember when Joan got kicked off the first season, and one of my friends that were watching it, I was like, Joan is gonna come back at some point, and then she was the Bachelor. I called it.
Oh,
Wow.
good. Good
Nice.
read. Good read.
Yeah.
Well, and I agree with you that I feel like this is at least a better version. And I think it's because of what we're going to talk about today. And that there's some real life stuff that I think everyone really relates to. And never before have we seen so many people divorcing or just being single later on in life or dating in the second act, as I call it.
Mhm.
And there's just never been a focus on it. And yet there's so many of us. And so I just love that there's finally like hope and inspiration around this. Now, whether or not, I mean, we were talking about, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I think there's some real stuff happening that I think I see even with my clients. So
Well, we know it's a reality show and we
Yes.
know we're not seeing everything. We know things are edited together in such a way, but the things that we are seeing can't be denied. So one of the things I noticed a lot was a body language when it came to Mel. Now, Kimmy and I have been talking about body
Yes.
language on past episodes, which is why I started to look at this because Kimmy would say, well, his body language, his words said this and his body language said this. So I paid very, very close attention
and
on this episode. So we're starting with Peg, right?
let's start with Peg.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's
when
the firewoman.
Yes.
She's the firewoman. Yeah.
she's the bomb squad.
You
Yeah.
haven't seen it, right?
I have not. No.
It's okay.
I gave up after season 1. I was like,
No, but it's kind of good because we have someone here who has
You can have a
never
fresh
seen it.
perspective.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. I think it's good that
Yeah.
that we're all on different levels. Okay.
Well, I'm
Go
a
for
fan of Pegs. I think she's fun. I think she's interesting. I thought it was really cheesy when she came out with the bomb on the first. So what you missed, Mark, is on.
They described it. I couldn't imagine what they were talking
Oh
about.
my God.
Yeah,
It was so cheesy.
it was
I know.
really.
Well, he described it to her children, is what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what happened, but it didn't quite go off right. So it's kind of cringe, but you're kind of like, oh, but I'm like excited for her that she went for something different. So you're kind of like a little bit conflicted there. But throughout the last few episodes, I've really come to like her. I think she's fun. And I think they have a good back and forth and they have fun together. Well, it was either the brother, Kimmy, or the father. I think it was the brother. I can't remember who was asking him some questions.
Mhm, mhm.
And whatever question that was asked, he literally was absent, could not be bothered, and he started scratching himself on the side and looking away. So I
Who did,
asked
Mel did?
Mel.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I asked ChatGPT what this body
You could've
language
just asked me.
meant, but I wanted to see if you agreed
Okay.
with chat.
Okay. What
Okay.
did chat say?
So what happened
friend chat.
was, okay, they asked Mel, are you capable of doing these things? Hold her and love her and just be
Oh my
kind.
God. I had that in my notes too.
Okay,
Yeah.
exactly. And Mel says, I want to do those things as he's looking away
Mm.
and he's like scratching.
Uh-huh.
I really like your sister. She's special. So I go to Chat GPT and here's what they say. He's feeling, well, there's multiple options that it could be. When someone gives a verbal answer that sounds positive, but their body language does something self-soothing or avoidant at the same time, the body language usually tells the fuller story. So the options are 1, he's feeling pressure or put on the spot. Absolutely. I mean, we can all agree.
No
with
doubt
that.
about
Yeah.
that.
2, his words don't fully match his internal feelings. 3, he may be trying to soften or dodge the real answer. 4, he might genuinely like her, but not feel certain about the long term. So what is everyone's thoughts?
I'm out of a job, I guess. ChatGPT
ChatGPT.
taking over. I don't know.
I agree with Chat.
I thought maybe he had like a skin problem. Eczema,
You're
scratched
itchy.
himself.
I felt, by the way, you're singling. My feeling is generally about him was this was the way he answered all 3 of the family's questions.
I do agree.
Correct.
And I don't know
Yes.
about answering the
Correct.
like scratching the arm, but
Yeah.
but I feel like to me he came across, and I not knowing anything, he came across as a very decent guy. Like I don't know what he was like
Interesting.
prior to this, but
Mhm.
like to me he was completely honest with every family. Now to them, that their mother or sister is the center of their universe. So
Yeah.
like they want the best for them. So
Mhm.
he's being put under pressure by all 3 of these families
Mhm.
and having to stand his ground and answer honestly
And-
about like, I don't know how it's going to turn out. It's 7 weeks.
Right.
It's like let's be
Totally.
realistic.
Completely,
Like,
yeah.
So it's like somebody's going to get hurt.
Well,
it's like-
that's what I mean. The first season, wasn't it like a dumpster fire? Like the
I didn't
guy-
watch the first
Oh, you
season.
didn't?
Yeah.
The guy like left the one that he ended up with, and like, they
Oh,
divorced
really?
immediately or something.
Oh.
I remember being like, oh, that ruins
Well, they
this whole
got
thing.
they got married right away,
Right.
and then they got
Oh.
divorced right away. As soon as they got married, they got
But
divorced.
isn't that what happens on the show? They're supposed to get married at the end, or no?
They can opt to not.
Oh, they can. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought
I
they
mean,
had-
the hope is yes.
I thought they had to get
it, yes.
engaged.
If they had to, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think
That's,
I'll opt out of that
I thought
show.
that was the rule. I didn't know.
Yeah. They
The hope.
encourage it, right?
Yeah.
But yes, I agree with that. Yeah.
So just this, my
Yeah.
point is like to focus in on just that, like that particular set of questions and him scratching his arm
Yeah.
is like, I couldn't imagine. I was stressed out because he's juggling 3 women.
Totally.
And it's like, I'm watching this going like, and every time every family asked him the same thing. Do you love her though? Can you say you love her? And then they were like, I don't know how
Yeah.
I feel about it. It's like,
It's too
what
much
is he supposed-
pressure.
What are
It's too
supposed
much
to
pressure.
say?
Like,
What are
Okay.
you supposed to say? As an audience, as an America audience, like this is all we're seeing.
Right.
They're assuming that like their time with him is special and like whatever he's telling to them is only happening to them. So it's like they want him to focus in on them. And it's like,
Yeah.
but he's being honest. Like America is seeing how honest he's being to all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Like he's
Mhm.
not,
He wasn't being favoritive
Yeah,
of
yeah.
any. He answered all of the questions like, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
but
yeah.
to
Especially when they
to
made the
women, like the
families and
woman that
stuff.
lost eventually, like got in the limo and was like, I put myself out
Out
there. It's like
there.
they all 3 of you did. And it's like, I don't know how you choose. Honestly, there is reasons
Okay,
that
wait.
he chose what he
Yeah.
chose.
Okay, go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah. I know. It's like, oh my God, I have so much to say. Okay, go ahead, Allie, and then I want to ask you guys a question.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was just going to say to that point, I believe that she, when she was crying going home, and the other 2 women, I believe they're in love with the idea of him and the idea of love. And they're putting a lot upon him for that to happen. But how could you absolutely love someone in this short of a period of time?
Right.
So to your point, I absolutely
And I also
can see
believe
that.
this is something I feel about every episode, I'm sure, of The Bachelor that I've missed in all of these dating shows. When it's one member of one sex and the rest is all the opposite sex, there's an unhealthy competition that happens that's
Yes.
that's against, it's not even for the guy, it's against the other women. It's not even about like, I'm just better than her. It's got, at some point it like loses the I really love him.
Right.
It's about like, I want him to love me more than he loves her.
Well, because it's not natural. It's like,
It's very
it's an
unnatural.
unnatural environment where you have
because he's getting
Yeah.
it from all sides.
you have
which I'm sure he
30,
likes on
30
some
women
level.
that like you at the same time.
On
Like,
many levels.
I'm lucky if I can get one date. Like, come on.
I love it. I love that we're keeping it real. And actually, I do have a question around that, and then I want to go back to Peg. But if we were to kind of bring it out to just the issue of when a man feels pressured, because obviously not even, I mean, reality show aside, when a woman like wants to lock it down, and maybe I don't know if you've had experiences and where you're feeling that like And a lot of times, I talked about this in the last show, that people are starting to hardball each other. It's like, well, what are you looking for in the next relationship? And, because this is what I want. And people are doing it now, like on the first date. So I was saying last week, that is not a good idea. Like everybody is losing a sense of just fun
You're
and
saying off the show,
connection.
not, and you're saying
Off
in
the
life.
show.
You're saying
I'm
in
saying
life.
in
IRL.
real life. IRL.
Thanks.
Come on, get with it.
No cap.
I feel like now you're a part of the show. Like you totally get it.
Well, he's also listened to our first
Yes,
3
yes.
episodes.
I'm an avid
I feel like
listener.
you're a good
I'm a fan.
So it's like the reason that we bring up the body language, Mark, is because Kimmy wants to take things out of the show and bring them into real life for our listeners.
Yeah.
So like all the women out there, like if they're saying one thing and they're doing something with their body, like pay attention to that so you can really hear what they're saying, that type of thing,
Right. So I
think
want to
that's
know.
hard to do on a first date, though.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's my point. Like, how does it feel? Like, have you been on first dates where like women just are reaping kind of that like desperation or wanting something more? And how does that feel from like a man's standpoint?
I haven't had that experience really. I
Mm.
almost feel like I feel like the first date is more about not your full self yet. It's like more like a lot. I think if anything, it's more game playing, like more withholding than like they don't want to get hurt. You don't really know that's the energy I most often get. It's
Interesting.
not like trying to lock it down. More like, let's just be cash.
Oh, so that's what you're saying. But this is good. Okay, what about you?
Well, it can go both ways, I guess. It's either like very fast, quickly, or it's like hard to get kind of thing, and one person's going after the other, and the other person's not as interested, or back and forth, that kind of thing. I don't know. I mean, I actually went on a date last night.
Oh, hot off the press.
It was weird though. It was no, it was interesting. So
This is crazy. I talked to him around 4:00 yesterday, and he sounded exhausted.
No.
So he must have had an amazing nap.
No, it literally. I don't want to go too long about this, but it happened out of nowhere. It was someone I was talking to on Hinge or whatever, but it was like, not often. It was like whatever.
Very spontaneous. It just ended
very,
up.
and then we finally texted, and she's like, "Oh, you available tonight?" I'm like, "I'm working tonight, actually." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm bartending tonight." And then she can't. She's like, "I'm going to be in Hollywood." She came to the bar.
Wow.
And
Ooh.
I think that's a good thing.
Sat at my bar, which was dead, and like no one's really there that much.
Okay.
And she's like, "Is it weird if
to
I
do that?" At
She's like,
his job
"Is it weird if I come to the bar and meet you?" And I was like, "I'm gonna be there from 7:30 to close, so if you want to come in, yeah, great, whatever." And she comes in and she sat down, and I bought her some drinks.
You bought
that were free
I would
for me.
hope so that would be the bare minimum.
But it was like I've never had a first date like this because it was weird.
That
It
is
was like
yeah.
it was like I'm working, and then we're also talking. I was able to talk to her a lot because it was slow.
Yeah.
But then she's also asking my coworkers, like, "So is Doug a good guy?"
No.
Oh.
No.
So there's like a background check going on, like with my peers.
On behalf of all women, I'm horrified by
Oh my God.
I kind of like it though.
And then she was there. She was there the whole shift, and like I closed the bar, and like
that. She was waiting for you.
Yeah, but she, she had to go to work. She's like, "Can you leave? You get a break?" And I was like, "No, I don't. I really don't get a break."
Oh my
I can't
God.
leave."
Okay, so bottom line, did you like her?
She was cool. Yeah, she was cool. I mean, it was a very weird first date. It was like something I've never had. Like, "Hey, yeah, come to my shift." And but then I was like, "Oh, this is a good idea. Maybe I should just have all my dates come to the bar." And
Yeah.
Low effort on your part.
I'm not spending $200 at the bar for a first date. I'm like,
You should bring them to the bar.
Line up.
Bring them to the bar. Don't tell them you work there, and then get them the
right,
free drinks.
exactly.
And then they
And
think
just
you're a
walk
gentleman.
behind it and be like, "Oh."
I mean, I like it because Doug, his main passion is not bartending, but he's very
Right.
good at it. And when he's there, he just seems kind of comfortable and at ease and authentic. And I think it's like a good version of Doug. It's like, I
Oh,
think like
interesting.
it's good for her to go there knowing that he's working and just like
Right.
there's no pressure. It's just like a
Employed, yes.
good like and he's like not really showing off, but he's like holding down a job and like
I was doing flair bartending and stuff,
Well, it's where your confidence
Flambe.
lives too. She sees you like doing your thing.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's like, it was just it was out of nowhere. It was like, it was like last minute. It was very interesting, odd.
Okay, so here's my question. Do you feel from this stalker vibes or do you feel flattered vibes?
Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, which makes it interesting. It could be like, oh, this is gonna be fun, but then it's like also like,
Are you gonna come in my house next?
Yeah,
I mean, would you want a woman to stalk you?
Well, the other thing I was like, well, she already knows where I work now, so
I know where
Every
you
night you can't bring another date there.
I know.
I mean, it's good that Doug doesn't work at Benihana.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Right. Knives would be flying.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's too early to tell, but I mean, it was a fun first day because it was like it felt like there was no pride. Like I'm working, so I'm like, it is what it is,
Actually, it's a good segue into Peg because that's something that I noticed. The firefighter is that like she's fun.
She's fun.
And they do a lot of stuff together.
Peg
Like,
might do that.
right. Like I was thinking that Peg could be, and he keeps using those words. She's a lot of fun. She's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like that's his drop, but she also leads with fun.
Mhm.
And then it's harder for her to get underneath
Get
the
deep.
surface and
Okay.
deep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
I don't,
find it interesting that both the women that still are left
yeah.
are self-diagnosed like energy women. Like we have a lot of energy. They both say that they have a lot of energy about themselves. And I didn't hear that from the woman that went home.
Oh, interesting.
Debbie went
Debbie,
home.
yeah. So
Debbie.
like they kept saying that about themselves, and he seems to like that they are energy.
Yeah. Well, don't guys like fun and energy?
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's like saying I don't know, I like class, but maybe that's just me. It's like, yeah, but like
I
fun
like
is different.
boredom.
Yeah, fun is
But
comes
that's
in
the
different
thing.
packages.
Fun always though plays well, and I
Well, that word, but I mean, they're showing it.
yeah.
Like she is like
Yeah.
energetic. She's a firefighter.
Sometimes
Yes.
there's too much fun though. You gotta
Thank
draw a
you.
line.
That's
And
yes.
the other woman,
Cindy.
that's the one the one from Austin. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so she was like talking to her daughter, and she goes like, and he's got a lot of energy, just like me. Hello. And it's just
Oh, yeah.
She like sees the connection between them as that
Mhm.
energy.
Right.
She didn't say fun, but it's more like energy, and that's the firefighter also. Like she's got energy. That's even though she calls it fun.
Yes.
It's more of like he likes the active in the both of them, apparently.
Yeah.
I really didn't know who he's going to pick. I really didn't.
What do you think of Peg?
Peg's the one that I'm sorry.
The
first one.
firefighter. Yeah. The fun one.
First of all three of the women seemed nice. I mean, there's
Yeah,
no
they're-
and the
yeah.
best part was they had awesome supportive families, which is like,
Yeah.
it's hard to, once you meet them, it's like, what are you going to do? I don't know. I like, there's no, like all three women are attractive. They're all like, like seemingly nice. Like you see why he got down to the last three. I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
I felt like, okay, I see the first one. The second one's like pretty much on par.
Mhm.
And then the third one is also on par.
Mm.
Third one. I'm sorry. I'm so bad with the
That's
names.
okay.
but-
Cindy is the third one.
Yeah. What was your take on Peg? We didn't really get to that.
I think she's fun. I think
Yeah.
I actually think we think the same, that she is fun, and maybe it is she's not able to get deep because she leads with fun, but hopefully, over time they could get deeper. But right now, I remember they went to the fair together and they played all
Yeah.
the games, and I think some of the other women actually saw that, and maybe even Cindy saw that and was like, I'm going to lead with fun too, because everyone knew how much of a good time they had.
She was the only one though that did not, at least maybe she did in prior episodes, but did not like mention or skirt around the L word. Like the other two, one had already said it, and the third one was like broaching it for the first time, it seemed like. And it
Yeah.
was sort of like closing it, like locking it down, like you said. And I think like we'll see, but I feel like mystery may play in Peg's favor and like having a little mystery. Like I don't know how she feels, so I'd like to see where this goes. That might happen too, so you don't know. Like her not getting deep may end up working in her favor later.
Well, because he doesn't
He's
get
not
very
deep.
and they tried to
Bingo.
pretend it with some
Yes.
spirituality stuff, and he wears some
Right.
bracelets, and maybe he is truly trying to find himself and get deep, but this man is emotionally unavailable.
He is emotionally unavailable, and therefore he is attracting
That's gotta be some
emotionally
prior
unavailable.
episodes because- that's you're putting that on him. I did not catch that at all.
Well,
Take me out of that conversation.
well-
Maybe there's stuff that was going on prior to that.
I think you're right though. Like he was being honest because he wasn't being like, I might fall in love with your daughter. So he was being honest, but the whole time he has been this shield of guardedness.
But he alluded to like a bad breakup. That
Yes.
He, like his
So he's guarded.
there's some emotion there.
Yeah,
There was definitely
absolutely.
emotion connected
Yeah.
to that. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Of course.
know.
Of course.
And they all do.
Plus,
have,
there's
have
cameras
that.
everywhere, and like you're trying to make an impression on her family who you've never met until this day. I don't know, like what kind of like he's supposed to. I love her.
Well, they
I
have,
love her, man.
but there has been that. Like that's what's so interesting.
You mean in
He-
past seasons?
Yeah. We've seen that in
okay.
other people.
I don't want him to lie. I want him to be
Right,
who he is.
right.
I'm just commenting on who he is.
Right.
Let's move on to Cindy. I do want to talk about Cindy, and then
Okay.
we'll save Debbie for last.
Okay, so
Debbie.
Cindy was the third.
Yeah, in
we went to
Austin, from Austin.
We went to
Yes,
Austin.
yes.
Yeah. So I'm curious, and then I know you haven't watched the show, but I have some like real life stuff that I want to talk about. What was both of your takes on Cindy?
I felt that they showed a clip of coming up, and they showed her, and I was like, what I don't know, was a bad unflattering angle, but she didn't look like she looked like the least of the three to me. But when she was like live and it was about her,
Uh-huh.
I probably liked her the most, which is like I personally think that she looks like the best match for him. But I also feel like all three of the women, like, they should not. There's like a sense of desperation in all three, and I felt like it's because of this competition that
Right.
exists. But it's also like they should not like. I feel like they're settling for him until he gives them like what they want to hear, and it's like, and I feel like this forced proposal thing just makes it so awful. But I think he should choose her. Like that's how I see it. Like of the three women,
That's
but
so interesting.
I also feel like they should not seem so desperate for him. It's like
I agree.
like until he's like committed to what he wants to do, if that's how they really feel about him.
So where did you see the compatibility? Just because that's the only snapshot he's seen. That's so interesting.
They just seem to have an energy together
Yes.
that just like they just seem to, although I think he was kissing Debbie the most.
Funny.
In the video,
And maybe the one that you saw,
the
but
footage
we've
that
seen
they
that,
showed.
like him and Cindy have been making out
Okay,
on the stand. in
Yeah,
the
it could
other
just be
one,
the
but
editing of
but
this episode.
She just seemed the most comfortable with like I felt like she knew him better than the other two. Also, I just felt like she just understood him and what made him tick, and like what she knew what she liked about him, and and like to me, it just felt like that.
Allie,
I like Cindy. I think she's well put together. I think she's well spoken. I think she cares about her other contestants and loves them without that big competition. But of course, she still wants to win. And I think she loves the idea of him more than she loves him. But there are still things that she appreciates about him that she's thinking are love. I think they are a better match compared to the woman who went home. I don't know if they're my number one match. I'm actually torn between Cindy and Peg. Honestly, I want to hear what you think.
yeah,
But I like her.
Mhm.
I think she's more in love with love than she is in love with him. And I cringed when she was like wanting to tell him, I love you, because I was like, please don't do that.
Yeah.
Please
But then
don't
she
do
almost
that.
told us, she said, I don't want to say it unless he's going to feel it. And it's
Right.
like, which is saying like, but that's how I feel.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say it. It's like,
Right.
so you're basically saying you love him without saying it.
Yeah.
Like, so you're playing games is what's going on.
Well, I felt uncomfortable for her in that situation. I was like cringing. I was like, girl, you are the prize. Quiet.
Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting too that both Peg and Cindy have the kids that were really looking out for their moms, and they saw the things in Mel that the women just didn't want to see either. Like it was just from an outside perspective, and part of it they were protecting, their mom.
But it was based on those questions that he was honestly answering.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe
Well,
scratching his arm.
yeah.
He was uncomfortable. I like her a lot.
But you think that he was least comfortable with Peg's family. That's what you're saying.
Well, we started with Peg, so I did say that, but I saw the body language a couple of times. Let me think of one. I think I wrote it down.
It's
when
also
I
who
saw
was
it.
asking, because I think it was
Absolutely.
Peg's brothers
Yes.
Yes.
Like it wasn't,
Yeah.
and in the other case, it was daughters, which I
No.
think he has daughters.
The families are very overprotective. Is that what I'm
Well,
guessing?
like they are the center of their world, and their
Right, right.
mom is like so
Right.
important to them. So it's like, and they don't know, like the women all seem to like get it. It's like he's competing. He's like got to spend time with each of us. They all sort of like are trying to explain it away to their kids, and their kids are like, no, you don't understand. Like he's not sure. It's like, well, and they're like, well, that makes sense because he's got like 3 people. He's got to,
Yeah.
and the producers, there's
Right.
cameras everywhere. It's like they don't understand what this process is. The
Right.
kids don't.
Right.
But they're also, yes, protective of their mom. So
Yeah.
it's like a weird.
And it's gonna rip their family apart at the end.
Well, so this is the real life question too, because and we said this last time. I mean, there's a difference between chemistry and compatibility, right? There's different aspects of it. Are we refilling?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, already?
Well, this is like a thimble.
Oh my
I
god!
know. I was like, they haven't even touched theirs, and
Kimmy,
we're
we
like,
need to catch
I
up.
need to catch up.
can't-
Cheers.
I'm like,
Ting,
theirs
ting,
is a
ting,
prop,
ting,
and ours
ting.
is obviously.
Let's get Liddy City.
Liddy City.
Liddy City.
Mm.
So I'm sorry, chemistry versus compatibility.
Compatibility. And, like for me, each of these women have different parts of chemistry for Mel. Like that kind of, there's like a physical attraction and chemistry, definitely with all of them. But I think he has it more with Cindy and Debbie too. We saw a little more of that, like the body kind of came closer. Then there's emotional chemistry, and then I feel like Cindy has more of that chemistry, but then on top of it, there is a lot of like compatibility. I like you, I felt his comfort when he walked into like her home. There was something very relaxing. It was almost like he knew this. Whereas I felt like it didn't feel that comfortable at Debbie's home. I sensed that, it was.
He was also very effusive to her about her family, like how great they were.
Yeah.
Like, and I thought like either he's giving her the
Yes.
goodbye, either he's telling her nice things now because he's
Yeah.
about to say goodbye, or I think he really likes her. And he also, that was the only date of the only visit with the families where he at the end spent alone time with that person.
I noticed that too.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yes.
I also like that she had her own place,
Mhm.
and it was sort of like
Yep.
illustrating that she was like independent
Mhm.
and like didn't need him. And I think that may appeal to him, like sort
Yeah.
of like she's got her own life, like she's doing this on her own already. So like I would just be an addition to that. Like that might be appealing to him, to her, to
Yeah.
him.
And he is family oriented. And I think he liked having the kids and the family. Like that's part of it. So that's my question. And actually, because poor Doug, he's like, I didn't see this.
It's all right. I know the format. It's the same characters season after season.
Yeah, right.
There's the
They're
one,
just-
the
they're not
one
real people,
guy.
they're
There's
just
a couple
characters.
cuckoo
They're just
birds, and
characters.
one that looks like.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they are real people.
Well, the funny, I wish we could get your commentary on some of the, I'll call them what you call them, cuckoo birds that left.
Yeah, the
but maybe
cuckoo
another, we'll have to do another episode.
I saw the what's going to happen at the goodbye show or something. There was
Oh, that's
seemed to be
always a fun
some
one.
people
Yeah.
that were sort of like, and so showed up. And it was just
Yeah.
like,
Dun, dun, dun.
and I'm guessing that's a cuckoo bird.
All I can
Yeah.
remember from the first season was the one that looked like Kris Jenner. There was that one.
Kris Jenner? I don't know.
I didn't watch it. I don't know.
There was one.
You're talking
woman-
about the Kris Kardashian?
Yeah,
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 yeah, or whatever the hell. her
yeah.
name
Yeah,
is.
I know who you're talking about.
Does she
I
go by
don't know, there's
Jenner?
something.
Chris, I don't know.
I think she goes by
don't know.
Jenner.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I didn't know. I was being sure, being clear, because I was like, is Kris Jenner one of the kids?
Oh no.
Okay, we're getting off tangent here. Okay, so in terms of the compatibility and chemistry, like when you guys are on dates, and this is what I'm just interested in, what are you looking for, especially like in the beginning, like maybe the first couple dates? Are you thinking beyond just whether you like someone or not? Do you look at the compatibility? Do you look at values? Like, I'm
Well, are you
just
talking about
curious.
dating apps? Are we talking
No,
about like,
dating when you're actually like
Yeah.
on dates with somebody. Like
that moment when you meet? I think
Yeah.
chemistry is the biggest thing. I think
Chemistry.
like back to this energy. It's sort of
Mhm.
like there have been very few times in my life, but you know it. You know when you, it's like you feel it between you and the other person. It's like it's real.
Mm.
And that's what I miss. That's why when I was married for 14 years, and when we met, there was no internet.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember those
So
days, by the way.
when we divorced, it was like dating apps, and it was like, why do I know how somebody feels about abortion before I meet them?
Yeah, right.
It's like it
Oh,
used to be
that's
like
so funny.
like when we met, it was like sort of like you know, hey,
It's a clean slate, right?
no, well, it's like
Just
the
let you
energy is
know.
there, and you're
Yeah.
like, there was like political stuff that came up, but you'd be like, you know what, we'll figure that out.
Well,
It's like,
yeah.
whereas like now you're like, okay, first of all, if you're a Trumper, no,
Yeah.
which I get
Well,
that,
now
but I'm
you,
also
now you
like
can
sort of
Google
like,
someone's entire profile and be like, oh, they like this, they don't.
Oh, I
like
had
that.
someone do an entire background check on
Oh,
me.
through like one of those services.
Yes. And so when we met, he said, "So, Allie, I heard you had a lead foot."
Oh,
Oh,
I was like,
what?
What? I mean, I
Like,
have
wow.
no.
lead
speeding
foot.
ticket?
Yes.
that's crazy.
Jeez.
Did he
You
did he
guys-
print it out and like bring it to the
I haven't had a speeding ticket since my father was alive. 20 years ago, he was a lawyer who would get me out of tickets. All my stuff is buried. So this guy had to go deep.
Whoa.
You should have responded.
Was he a
with,
cop
like,
or
I
something?
understand you're an insecure jerk.
I know. I know.
Why
No,
would you want to know that?
I don't know.
And then bring it up.
It made me so uncomfortable. That was how he
Mhm.
led. And then he started talking. He had listened to my podcast. He had done all of this research on me. And I felt like I was being interrogated the whole time about my view. Well, I agreed with you on this, but when you said this, I was like, I don't think so. And I was like, I
Yeah.
don't want to know your opinion of my
Well,
podcast.
that's yeah. There's too much, like especially with the podcast
Yeah.
situation. It's like someone's like, oh, I want to listen to your podcast.
I'm like,
It's-
now
it's
I'm like, no.
It's like I don't know. It's like I don't even remember what I've said on my podcast.
Exactly. I don't want this twisted and taken out of. I don't want to be canceled by
right.
my date.
It's like God.
But see, this is the thing is like, how can we get away from knowing too much where we're not giving each other opportunities anymore to just get to know us as people and our
Yeah.
connection? So like when you men are on dates, like what are you looking for? Like beyond,
Right.
yeah. Like,
Well, at first, someone that will just reply to a text, I guess. In this
yeah.
and if you get past that stage, then it's like, okay,
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
true.
That's
there's
bonus
someone
points.
interested. They've replied in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's intangible though. It's like something you can't quantify. It's really like you can say you know what you want, and then there's times when like I've gone into what I expected. Like just like saying responding to text, but it's also like we're worried about catfish. It's like there's
Oh yeah.
it's like there's people.
Yeah.
That's what I like about Hinge is like people are verified. So it's
Mhm.
like
Right.
you don't know if they're going to look like their pictures. You don't know if they're lying about their age. You don't know if
Well,
with
that's one
women, you
thing.
don't know if they're lying
Yeah.
about their height.
Yeah.
I'm guessing
You don't
that happens
know
a lot.
anymore
Yeah.
from the apps and whatever. And like even this date last night at my work, I was like, the one thing I was like, oh, okay, well, she showed up and she's real and she looked like her photos.
Check.
And
9 out of 10.
and if it wasn't like I didn't waste a whole night like going somewhere, meeting,
Yeah.
going across town, whatever. I know like okay, like here it is. So if anything further from that, it's like okay, great bonus, But yeah, it's like not wasting time.
Okay, so then after that, once they actually show up and
Mhm.
they're real people, I guess what I'm asking is what are you look like? What hits you? Like what are some of the qualities that you look for?
There's levels, like I'm saying, like
Yeah.
there's the few moments in your life when it's like
Right.
almost like a bolt of lightning, like you
Mhm.
know immediately, and it's sort of like you hope they know immediately, and it's like sort of like that's rare. But then there's other times where you're like, this could work out, and it's like I don't know. It's like, and then you're just sort of that's kind of exciting to some degree. You'd like to see them again, but it's like it's intangible. It's something that's not what's on paper. It's something that's like not what they're, because a lot of people don't look the same as their pictures. They look
Right.
they look better, and that's sort of like when they come alive in person, it's sort of like, oh, okay,
It's an
this
energy.
is kind of exciting, and it's sort of like, and then they pick up on your energy and their
Yeah.
energy, and it just
Mhm.
works,
This is my whole thing is that it is about energy. It's about how we connect as humans. It's not what is written on a resume or what we know beforehand, because it is, it's something that you feel. It's not about what you know, it's about what you feel. And I think like our society has, we just lost that sense of just that meet cute moment and saying, I like you. That's good enough. I like you. Not like, what are you looking for in 5 years? Or, all those
Well,
things.
that's this. I mean, especially on the apps, people go like, yeah, like, do you have kids? Do you want one? I'm
Right.
looking to have another one, and it's like, this is the first like 3 sentences. And I'm like, whoa. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
Can we just say hi?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's very
I was like
important, too.
unmatched. I'm like,
Right?
no,
You guys-
that's
you guys
scary
have
to me.
children?
I don't.
I do.
Okay.
Right.
So I do as well, and
Yeah.
that is huge for me. I
Right.
prefer somebody who has kids. I'm not opposed to somebody that doesn't have kids, but it's like I think they understand more than
But the kids are always going to be first before them.
No, it's not even that. It's like it's sort of a like they get it.
Yeah.
It's just like something that's like sort of a it's an unconditional love thing like that you've like learned, and it's sort of like it's an understanding. It's just like it's a short you know, what do you call it? Some shorthand. It's like sort of a like we just like, you know, what's going on. Yeah. So it's like sometimes it's like there's people who don't have children think you have more time than you do, and some people don't realize like when you're an empty nester, they still might wander in and out, but they're really gone. They're gone in their head. They're not around anymore, you know. And you have a different relationship with your kids at this point. It's just it all comes into it. That's very huge for me. That's not really about chemistry. Like, so that's a compatibility.
The compatibility. And that's what I was saying, that I think for Mel, and again, like everyone's different. For Mel, I think it is important. I think that's why he's drawn to Peg and Cindy, because they are moms and there was that family component. Let's get into Debbie for a second. Okay. Because poor Debbie she left the building. Oh, spoiler alert. We should have said that in the beginning. We always do if you haven't watched it. So you had something really interesting to say about Debbie before.
Yeah, and I said I wasn't going to talk about it.
But now we have a beer in you, so I thought maybe
my
truth comes out.
This is my thing, and the more I think about it, like there's editing on the show that like that's sort of foreshadowing about what's going to happen at the end of the show.
Yeah.
So they're going to make her look unappealing so that it makes sense. Like, well, you know, like that was happening. Like we all knew that she was going to be like, but no. But they made her look like the way she talked about herself and the why she lives in Denver was because she went through this heartbreak, and she told him about this too in the story. Like she said, like the guy, he killed himself, and that was like
it's heavy.
And I wasn't clear about like was it because of her, or was it just because he had like a disorder, which is both, could be both. You know, I don't know.
Well, it wasn't clear, and no matter if it was because of her or not, she still feels guilt. That was clear, and which is why she shut down. But go ahead.
And what I had said, which I think you picked up on, was I put all that together, and the fact that she moved to Denver to be near her sister, which felt like she came across as a little needy to me in that sense. And that's what you heard me say earlier. And I was like, sort of, when they were sitting there in Red Rocks, and I was like in that scene, and I was just like, you know, this beautiful vista, you know, a place to have a, you know, amazing experience. And she's just coming across as like, you know, I might be a handful. It's a sort of like I don't know if you see it in his eyes, but it's sort of like, you know,
we did see his face.
I felt
there's more to it than I thought. It's like, okay, like that makes me rethink things. Like, I don't know, like, you know, but that was sort of if you're going to look for boxes uncheck or check. But again, there might have been beautiful things she said that they edited out, you know, so you don't know.
Right.
Sure. Allie?
Well, I think one thing that she did well is she didn't lead with her trauma. So this didn't come up until there was 3 people left. So I think that's a good thing for her, because as we talk about getting to know each other, of course, you want to learn about your past, but you want to start with fun and flirtation and see if your personalities get along. And then you can go into, you know, the deep, dark trauma from your past. And so I think I'm happy that she waited, but I also think he needs to know, because he needs to know who she is, why she is the way she is, where she's coming from, why she hasn't been with a partner. All of that makes sense. And those are all valid questions that we all want to know.
But it also turns out to be the episode where she's gone.
Yeah.
Once I talk about my trauma, now I'm no longer here.
So I think that's an important thing to ask our dating Kimmy, dating coach Kimmy is
dating Kimmy.
When is the appropriate time? And actually, let's ask the guys too, because what would your perspective be? Let's say you're hanging out with a girl and you're having the best time, and then you find out she does have this massive trauma that, guess what? 10 years or however long later, it's still going to affect her. She can be the most wonderful healed person, but those things don't go away. Time does not heal all wounds. They just make it easier for us to live with, right? And so, like, Kimmy, I would love to know, when do we share that? And from the guys, I would love to know, when do you feel comfortable sharing yours and hearing from them the heavy stuff? Because most people got it. She has a very heavy one. I have a very heavy one, and I'm hesitant to share it as well. But I also don't want to leave it out, because it's an important part of who I am and how I became the way I am. So
yeah, let's go to the guys first. Okay. Doug, I was curious your take on, like, have people shared really heavy things with you, and how does that feel? as a man?
I think it's great. I prefer it on the first date.
You do.
You do?
Yes.
Oh,
Or
wow.
the first meet or whatever.
That is
Really?
shocking.
Yeah, because
Tell us more.
well, I just think, you know what? I mean, especially at like this point in my life or whatever, it's like just put it
Lay
out
it on
there.
the table.
Throw it up, you know,
Mhm.
and then like if I'm still interested and I know like this happening or you went through this or you're dealing with that or whatever, I'm like, okay, well, at least I know that. And if I choose or we choose to continue this, I know that that's something that is part of this package deal. It's not 2 months in, I find out like you fucking had this, and now I gotta be like, oh well, that's a
Okay,
that's
let
a
me ask you
curveball.
a question then. Have any of the women who've shared deeper, darker secrets stuck?
Stuck in what
Meaning
way?
like
Oh,
that you moved on with?
oh, well, I mean, no, I haven't really dated since really getting divorced, so
Oh, okay.
no. But you know, I mean, there were definitely signs like with my ex-wife, but like that stuff started to slowly come out
Mm.
like as we were kind of like dating. So like year in, like that kind of thing. And then it's like, okay, well,
That's a
all right,
long time.
right. Or like, so it's
Well,
like,
maybe that's why you want to know because
yeah,
you've been through
yeah.
weird
I'd
stuff.
rather
Yeah.
know everything like right away. That way I can make a decision and be like, okay, I'm fine with that, or I'm into that, or I could figure that out, or help you with it, or whatever, And then I'm like, not wasting my time. You're not wasting your time. And it's something that is just laid out on the table.
Yeah.
And same with me, So, same with
Wait, so you haven't had a lot of dates though after your divorce? So this is
No.
newer. Ah,
No,
okay.
I haven't.
But that makes a difference too.
Long-term relationships.
Long-term relationships. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
No one that you're interested in having a deeper relationship.
No,
with.
yeah.
You've
I
had
mean,
dates.
had dates, but like, yeah, nothing like long term.
I'm
And how
Doug's
long
attorney,
have you
by
been
the way.
single?
What?
I'm Doug's attorney.
Yes. Please refer to my attorney.
We'll bleep it out.
About what, 4.5 years now, maybe?
4.5 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, got it. Mark, how about you?
I would prefer to know before I fall deeply in love with them because I've been burned by that.
You've
Where
been
it's like
burned
the
too.
trauma. In one case, I didn't find out until it ended what was going
Wow.
on the whole time, and like it would have been very helpful, but it was also like it was very destructive, and I was unaware that it was something that I had no control over. So it's just like but so, when you find out how deep it is, sometimes you understand why they never said anything. And other
Right.
times it's like there was another situation where I knew about the trauma, and I was like, okay, we'll get through this together. And it was sort of like, but it was a cancer to our relationship the whole time. And it's like, I wish that I was more equipped to deal with it during it. So there's really no answer to that question. It's so difficult.
Yeah, it is.
You can get burned by it, or you can like think you're strong enough to handle it and you're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like in hindsight, in both cases, the smartest thing would have been to like walk away sooner.
Yeah. And how long have you been single for?
I mean, I've been single. I was in about almost 3-year relationship that ended about a little over a year ago now.
Okay.
But I got divorced 8 years ago.
Okay. So now you're getting back out there after that 3-year.
I mean, I've been getting back out there probably for the last like 6 months.
Okay.
But yeah, it was definitely like a difficult thing to get over the long relationship, not the marriage. I mean, the marriage was a different kind of difficult.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, and that's what I want to highlight too. And this is certainly the case with Debbie, is what we know about grief is it layers upon itself. And when you experience a loss, it kicks up all the other losses we've had in our lives, especially if you hadn't dealt with it. Right. And it just, and that fear factor comes in so strong.
Yeah, we saw that.
Right. And so that was, the answer to the question is there is, me, I'm not a cookie cutter approach coach.
I figured, but I still had to ask.
Not one size fits all. And like when to start divulging things, like as you heard from the guys, like they each have their own reasons why they want to hear sooner than later.
Yeah.
But it's often because of our own stuff. Like we react to people the way we react because of our own story and our own history.
Yep.
Right. So, because we could have two different guys here and they would be like, I don't want to know yet. I just want to get to know you. But, like once they fall in love, then they can handle the world, you know, but it's just based on different people.
But we are
right?
also two guys that have been burned by the trauma.
Correct.
So it's like, if you haven't been burned by it, like
Yes.
you are sort of like, I don't need to know stuff, whatever, dude. It's like,
Right.
if you've
Yes.
been hurt by it, like it messes you up, and it's a sort of
100%.
it just you can end up alchemizing it and becoming like the strongest version of yourself. That's what I truly believe, and I see it in Doug too. But it's like, I know I have, but it's also like now we're different. Like you asked us that question, like each of us, like 8 years ago, we would have had a different answer.
Totally. I appreciate that vulnerability too, and just saying that, because we all have had hurt. And when you're dating later in life, that's the thing. We've all had trauma. And so now it's like navigating that, with our own stuff and also with other people's. So the answer is pacing. It really is pacing things out, and not only scrutinizing the person that you're with, which I think happens too much, but also feeling how you feel with that person and what's coming up for you, so that you can figure out what's real, what's not. Because sometimes things are a figment of our imagination based on triggers from the past, and that's what I saw in Mel. I don't know what happened in his marriage, but he definitely has his guard up. And he said that at the end, you hear him.
Well, she left him. We know that.
It's amazing that you're analyzing Mel, but like not analyzing the girls who are openly talking about it.
Well, because, and this is fresh off my mind, because I just got off the phone with a male client, and he's like, it's amazing to me how many women have experienced so much abuse. Like every woman that I've been with have been in jail, have had major things. I said, well,
what are you attracting, buddy?
Correct. Thank you. Well, no, I said, look,
sounds like fun.
It's horrible, right? And it's horrible that he's been encountering that. And there are those things that are out there. I said, but you can't control those women. We need to take a look at you and why you keep seeing those women, and what you like about the personality of that woman that you keep trying to fix and save.
Yeah.
So it's a dance. There's an interplay between, men and women.
He's a magnet.
Yeah, exactly. So
is he empathic?
Who? That guy?
This guy.
Yeah, I think he is.
He's attracting narcissists.
Yes. Yes. Caretakers often do. Yeah. Oh, you know this?
Are we going to talk about narcissists? Don't get me started.
This is, I know. This could be, I think it should be the whole episode.
I have so much to say about that.
That was like a wizard's beard.
It's not that sexy. Ellie does not have a beard.
I didn't see any whiskers. What is she doing over there?
Well, let's talk about then. Let's bring it to the end of their show. And then also I had some questions, because we are getting kind of deep right now, which I love, by the way. It's just like how our hidden love shields often affect our block in loving again, or, can we let go of some of the guarded heart so that we can open ourselves up again? Were you surprised of the two women that he chose? I just wonder, at the end, after seeing everything.
I wasn't surprised. I kind of thought it was going to go that way, but I wasn't 100% sure. I know you were not surprised.
No.
Okay.
I was not.
Yeah, sight unseen. That's who I chose in my mind. So I was very well, I don't know what he's going to do, but I think these are the two that he should pick.
The strongest.
Yeah.
And again, nothing wrong with Debbie. I'm getting her name right?
Yeah.
So I've learned her name.
Yes. No, we love Debbie.
Yes, we love Debbie.
Honestly, when I looked at the three, I was like, wow, this is because I've seen other shows where it's all over the map, and it's what's the deal with this person?
Right.
Yeah.
Like one of these things is
Yeah.
I mean, brunettes and blondes, but it's still very similar, as far as hills, different peaks, very different personalities, but they all kind of blurred, sort of the same equivalent. I felt like it could have gone either way. There was definitely some drama about what it was, but I thought I knew inside who he was going to pick, and I was right.
Yeah. Well, I think at the end of the day, what was just the through line with that whole entire episode is every single person on there has been hurt. Like, and they say that, I've been through a lot. Like, we heard that over and over again.
If you're dating in the second act, you've been hurt.
You've been hurt. I mean,
Or you're a narcissist. Could go either way.
they don't think that
Which,
they're
by
ever
the way,
hurt, by the way.
Well, they were hurt when they were 4 years old.
Correct.
Yeah,
And now they're a monster.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right. Yes.
Or they never got the love that they
Yes.
really needed. Yeah. So I guess my question, and this is, well, how are we on with time? I feel like
we have
doing-
about 5 minutes left.
Oh my God, how do we do
This
that
happens every time.
Every time.
Isn't that a good thing?
Yes, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
This is a good date. This is a good four-way
But we
date,
want
I
to keep
feel
going.
like.
We
Yeah,
want another bottle of
exactly.
wine.
That's a good sign. Like when we're
I
like,
think you
okay,
mean
then.
can of wine.
Don't call me out like that.
I thought we poured it like on
Can-
camera.
What are you
Champagne.
talking about? This is the
This
most
is the good stuff.
expensive.
You gotta be portable when you're setting up.
Yeah, this could be brandy for us. This could be.
It does look like.
Could be a lot. Could be a lot of things.
Well, why don't we wrap up by going around the table and saying just, maybe one takeaway, I guess, and something that you are willing to do when you get back out there. Because, I mean, whether you're looking for a relationship, you're dating, or you're in a relationship, I think we've all been through hurt. We've all been through divorce. What is something that we can do to, just have more of an open heart so that we can attract something in? Because I think that shows up in different ways with everybody, even the interactions we have with friends and family. So who would like to start?
It's a loaded question.
A loaded question.
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, like, I think just being, open and honest and real.
Yeah.
There's no reason to put on like a facade of like who you want someone to view you as. I think, maybe when we're younger, we kind of do that a little bit, maybe. So
I love that.
you get to a point where it's like, what do I have to prove to this person? Nothing. They either accept you for who you are or they don't.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like how I'm going forward, I think.
I love that. Like the authenticity. Just like
Yes.
keep it real.
Keep it real.
That's the name of the show.
K-I-R-O. Kurt.
Yeah, my realization is that it's not about the other person at all. It's about you, and it's about knowing your value. And like you said, you said the word attract, and it's like I believe I do not chase, I attract.
Who says that all the time?
You
Oh
say-
my
you
God.
say it on-
I say it all
You
the
say it on
time.
here.
Just in life.
I don't
he
even
says
know.
that.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's-
Start
I say
saying
it all the
often on
time.
here. 'Cause
Okay,
it's what
well,
the world hears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I honestly believe that it's like sort of if you love yourself, like you're going to attract
Yeah.
the best person. It's going to happen. That's what you're here for. No one knows you better than you. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's not up to the other person to like you. It's like you like yourself, and you're looking for somebody that likes themselves as much as you like yourself.
Yeah.
And then they see your value as much as you see your value, and you see their value as much as they see their value, and you guys are both each other's favorite. That's the beauty. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And that's the energy too. I do think that's the unwritten energy when you walk into the room. You're like, what's going on? Oh, well, hi, what's happening? It's like, hey, oh. But it's just very like it's never about the other person. It's always about you. I'm not saying there's something wrong with you, but like you need to like love yourself, and the rest will fall into place.
Yeah. Beautiful. Emily.
Yeah. I mean, when you love yourself, it gives you the capacity to love others and to be loved. So I'm
Mhm.
absolutely on board with that. And I think we've been fed such a lie about the way the other person should be and all of these things. But for me, the energy of being with the person will trump, oh, what are all the things? Job, height, success, like all these bullshit things that aren't actually have anything to do with how you get along with someone. And my parents had what we call love at first sight. They met,
Mm.
they fell in love, they couldn't get enough of each other. That's always been in the back of my mind. It's not why I'm single, because I'm like, if I don't fall in love with it, but I think there's something to it. They saw each other and they knew there's something here. So there can be a non-verbal connection before there's an even verbal connection, or before you know all the things, like you said, what your political views are that you know from the dating apps. That's why I'm really all about meeting people in real life as my
Mhm.
friend of a friend, or still at a bar or wherever it might be, because then you don't have all those preconceived notions of each other, and you get to know each other energetically, person to person, in person. And that is really where I think the magic lies, rather than sometimes I'll go out on a date and my friends go, well, what does he do?
Right.
What does he wear? You know, like
The
all of these
list.
questions. And I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't even know. Those weren't my leading questions because I was all about like, I felt great or I didn't feel it. Oh, well, he's a lawyer, but I didn't feel it.
Right.
So I don't
Mhm.
care
Yeah.
that he's a whatever, you know? And so
Right.
I think that's how I'm trying to lead and be in this world right now.
I love that. Well, and it's a similar theme, right? Like it's keeping it real and being true to yourself. It's loving yourself. And it's also about the feeling, not about the facts that makes, people just like connect. And I would just say to add on to that, it is what we have control over. It's us. Like in this world, we have control of none of this that's happening. But if we don't like our lives, we don't like the people we're attracting, then what can you do to change that?
Yeah.
And it comes from within, and letting people earn you, right? Like that is so important, and holding your like queendom and kingdom, holding court. That's how I see it. And it's that energy that you were talking about. It's not like this desperation, like chasing it. It's leaning back and allowing it to come. So you guys were awesome. Oh my God. I don't even know how it got this deep, but you know what? That last episode was so deep that like it almost lend itself to this kind of discussion because it was about like so
So it
many
wasn't
wounds.
us, is what you're saying.
Mm.
It's not you, it's
it was
me.
the groundwork. It was the groundwork you guys laid.
We didn't chase, we attracted
We
you.
attracted, yeah.
We just fell into this beautiful foundation.
Oh, I love it. Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming. I hope you had
Of course.
fun.
Yeah, it was a blast. Yeah.
That was just fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
I'm so glad
you.
you're here.
Thank you
Yeah.
for the cans of alcohol.
Hey, it was good. It was tasty.
Don't hate my Trader Joe's.
Cheers.
Hey, it matched the cans of beer that you had.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Thank you. And thank you for listening, those of you out there. This has been Dating Real Talk. I'm your host, Kimmy Seltzer. And keep it real, keep it fun, and keep it flirty. Until next time.